What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? I think you can hear me. Yes. Kiss, baby. I don't know how Paul hits these high notes. Man, how have you guys been doing? Jesus. It feels like it's been forever, guys. But I guess sometimes you gotta take a little break, right? You know. Plus, I needed to build up my funnies. How's everybody doing? Let me take a drink. I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous, but I am. Oh, man. What's been going on in your life? What have you been doing this week? Did you guys go see Maxxxine? Okay. Does everybody think I hate Maxxxine? Even though I don't. I stirred the pot today, I'll tell you that. And you know, you could call it trolling, but on the community page, I just had a thought today, and I was just like, hold on. Do I like Halloween Ends better than Maxxxine? Well, I guess I do. And I would not have guessed that. Even as much as I like Halloween Ends, I would not have guessed that at all. I would still, because of how much I freaking absolutely love the X franchise. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, is the X franchise a perfect trilogy? And my answer might surprise you. Don't worry. How many of you have not seen Maxxxine as I go down the list here? Joseph the Horror Guy, Kevin Munn, Matt, Jason Borden, Slippy, Big Rod, Chris Snyder, Mega Cat, Adrian James, IG, Brian Sanchez, Shelby, how are you doing? Scott Lauderdale, nice to see you. Yes, Deadhead, time for a nice cold one. I got water and Gatorade. Yes. Let's see. So is there anybody has not... So Chris has not seen Maxxxine yet. Okay. Damn, Chris. You need to get on that. Man. Now, Chris, was Maxxxine like one of your most anticipated movies of the year? I'm curious. I would have guessed it was, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, some people... I do see people stating that the X trilogy, they think it's a little overhyped. But now one thing I will say, it is kind of lopsided and weird that the first two movies came out, I want to say 6 months from each other. So, does that sort of make it, even though the movies are solid movies, it's weird that they both came out a couple, 6 months from each other. And then you got 2 years later, we finally get Maxxxine, right? But, you know what? A trilogy is a trilogy. And also, I guess, lopsided is that one of those movies isn't about Maxxxine. It's about Pearl. But there's kind of a segue there because, one, Mia Goth is playing both characters. And two, I think in X... in X, Pearl is in the movie, played by Mia Goth. So there's your connection there. Somebody brought up the idea... Have you guys been watching my... Trilogy face-offs? You better tell me you have, all right? I'm watching you. The last one tanked royally. If it ain't Halloween, Nightmare, or Friday, then it's tough. It's a tough sell. Okay, it's a tough sell. But the last one, I thought, I'll go current and I'll go A Quiet Place versus the because we just had Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, but nobody wants to watch that. Nobody wants to watch that, right? They want the big three. That's all they want. And Scream. Okay, that's what they want. They want big three and Scream all day, every day. Give me more of that. I can't. It's weird. And so I'm learning as I go along that you're gonna have your hills and your valleys, right? And you're gonna have certain content that's not going to grasp your audience, right? I don't know. I got some funnies tonight too. Do you guys want to start off with some funnies, or do you want to jump right into the news, I guess. We could do. I tell you what, we could do a few funnies and then we could jump into the news, or we could just jump right into the news. I'll let you guys decide. All right. Chester says funnies. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate that. Thank you, Gene Wildecombe. Yes, Agent, I am definitely seeing Deadpool 3. Would not miss it for the world. Now, talking about long legs, I was thinking that we were going to get a press screening this week, but there has been nothing. And there have been some reviews out for long legs. So I think they're having like special screenings at different parts of the country. I don't know. They could be like slowly putting the movie out before the eventual wide release. But either way, I'll be there Thursday night. If I don't cry and moan and bitch if I don't get a press invite. You know, I consider that stuff a bonus and extras, and if I don't get it, then I don't get it. You know, I don't cry like a baby, right? Destination Station, what's up, man? How you doing? Nice to see you. I'm so ready for Long Legs. It's my number 2 most anticipated movie of the year. I'm hoping that it lives up to my expectations, right? Those of you guys, we're going to get to funnies here in a sec. Those of you guys that saw Maxxxine, did it live up to your expectations? I'm not asking if you liked it or not, okay? I'm just asking, did it live up to your expectations, okay? Because I have to say this again. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with the movie. Here's the thing about, and I was telling one of my buddies this. Maxxxine is a character that there's no time limit. I could literally watch her for 4 hours, and I wouldn't like. So one of my issues with the movie was not that it was boring. I was not bored a single iota of a second in that movie, because as long as she's on the screen, there's just something so infectious about Mia Goth playing that character, Maxxxine. Okay, that wasn't my issue. I could literally watch her read the phone book for 2 hours, and there's just something about the way she, delivers her lines with that character. It's just a really fun character. And I think part of my issue was, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think part of my issue was maybe I wanted Maxxxine too much, because Maxxxine, she gets pretty wild and crazy sometimes, right, guys? And I think I wanted more of that from her, right? And maybe it's me. Maybe the movie's not the problem. Even though I will say, as a slasher movie, it definitely didn't live up to my expectations. As a Ty West slasher movie from the 80s, no, it did not live up to my expectations. And that's me. If you like a slasher movie that's delivered in that fashion, that I guess I'll say it, it's not as bloody as you expected. Maybe there aren't as many kills as you expected. There's some on-screen kills, and I think there's definitely some off-screen kills, but I don't know. I will say, though, I'm definitely looking forward to giving it another shot. I'll probably watch Maxxxine another 10 times before it's all said and done, It's not a movie that it's like, oh my God, I don't want to throw this in, It's definitely a movie that I'm still looking forward to. And who knows, maybe my opinion will be better. Does Juan Carlo Esposito have a decent amount of screen time? I'll say this. I think he's in the movie enough for what his character needs to be, and I think he is awesome. He does have one of the cooler moments in the movie, too. Definitely. So I love Juan Carlo. It's fun watching his career blossom after Breaking Bad. The way he played Gus in Breaking Bad. By the way, Breaking Bad, still one of the greatest, the greatest TV show maybe of all time. Maybe of all time. It's that great. What a show. What a show. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, I highly, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. What a freaking show. Jesus. All right. Okay, let's see. Shelby says, it lived up to my expectations, and I really liked it, but it is my least favorite of the trilogy. Definitely wanted more crazy kills and gore. I'm right there with you, Shelby. I had a great time with it. It's my least favorite, okay? And that's not taking anything away from the movie as much as it is saying how much I loved Pearl and X. especially X. Like, guys, let me ask you this. Which one do you prefer, Pearl or X? I'm on the X side of things. I just loved, that it was set in the 70s. It just really had that gritty Texas Chainsaw Massacre type vibe to it. It got crazy in the final act, which was nice. So, yeah. But I see a lot of people say they like Pearl better, and I'm not surprised by that because they're two completely different flavors, Even Mia Goth's performance, she didn't play Pearl like she played X, which was a testament to her fine acting. But I think Pearl is the more of a slow burn of the two, whereas X, it's more of a steady incline. So yeah, let's do some funnies, and then we'll jump into the news that I got. All right. Man, it's good to see you guys. Okay. Logan Davidson, Pearl was definitely like Joker. It just shows the journey of a serial killer. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that would be two great, like a great double feature, back to back, watching Pearl and Joker. It's like the female and the male Joker. Cactus Jack, he says this is all cool, but do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Corey Cunningham? Jack, I'm not going to pick on you, but I do notice, and I'm part of the problem too, I post about Halloween Ends if I see some kind of news pop up or something like that, because I partly do it to troll, because I know I'm going to get a reaction. And within literally 10 seconds, boom, Cactus Jack's in there. It's like he almost gets a notification when I post about Halloween Ends. And I love him for that. I think it's great. I think it's great that some people, they hate a movie so much that they can't wait to talk about it. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm guilty of that too. Is there a movie that, I'm trying to be fair here, is there a movie that I hate so much that I, like, if somebody brings it up, I can't wait to jump in and talk about it? I'm trying to think about this, all right? I'm trying to think about this, because one of my all-time least favorite movies is Seed of Chucky. I don't like that movie at all. But, maybe it's the newness. I think that's what it is. Maybe like in a couple years, Jack won't care to talk about Halloween Ends anymore. I won't care to talk about Halloween. Yeah, I think we're the spectrum, right? I'm the one side of the spectrum, and Jack's the other side of the spectrum, and which I think is funny. And we're both doing it to troll, Jack. We're both doing it to troll. You know what? Yeah, Jack, you set me right up. We'll start off with this before we go to the funnies real quick. We'll go here. Here we go. Okay. This is what I posted on my community page today. Which is better? Because I wanted to see if somebody would insult me, and they did. So that was good. But which is better? Maxxxine or Halloween Ends, for those that have seen it. Now, I already know most people are going to say Maxxxine. And the reason I say that is just because of basic math. Because I did a poll a while back, and I said I wanted to prove that Halloween Ends was polarizing, because one of my viewers stated that, no, because I hate the movie, it's not polarizing, which it doesn't work like that. And sure enough, to my surprise even, the results were 50-50. And I think it was out of like 1,000 votes or something like that. 50-50. The literal definition of polarizing is what it got. So if I take that math, I automatically, 50% of the audience hates it. And so then you got the 50% that like it, but that doesn't guarantee that they're going to like it more than Maxxxine. So I think Maxxine's going to win by default almost, because I don't think Maxxine's polarizing. I don't think it's polarizing at all. Only time will tell. But, I like Maxxxine. I think most people that even have problems with Maxxxine still like the movie, like I do. There's a few I've seen out there that said they hated the movie, but it wasn't like Halloween Ends. I think it's going to be more of a universally liked movie, whereas that's not what Halloween Ends is at all. Destiny, how are you doing? Nice to see you. But yeah, seeing Byron Weaver says Drumdums Halloween Ends has inspired me to make my own Halloween movie pitch. More specifically, a direct sequel to Halloween Ends. Okay, all right, yeah. No, I was thinking Halloween Aftermath, but that's actually a direct sequel to Kills. So yeah. Kate, you rock. There you go. You rock. Do I want to? Let's see. Do I want to say anything more about? Because it seems like I'm picking on Maxxxine by saying that Halloween Ends is better. People were automatically saying, you didn't like Maxxxine? No, I like Maxxxine. I just happen to really like Halloween Ends. I don't love Halloween Ends as much as I love Kills. I think Halloween Ends is like a 4 out of 5 movie for me. But I love the risks that it took. And I think it all comes down to Corey for a lot of people. If you don't buy Corey Cunningham, then you're probably going to hate the movie. And I really liked Corey. So, yeah. Nikki, you too. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah. I like Halloween Ends too. You know? Hey, you know what? You like what you like. I have been called a gatekeeper. Literally been called a gatekeeper. And maybe I am a gatekeeper. I don't know. No, I know I'm not a gatekeeper. Because the definition of a gatekeeper is somebody saying, I'm right and you're wrong for disagreeing with my opinion. You know? And I think so often people wrongly get called gatekeepers because they post a lot about... Like, I see people on X that post 10 times more than I do about Halloween or Halloween Ends. You know? But I don't think they're gatekeeping. I think they just love the movie. And they want to rejoice and they want to talk about it with people. They don't get upset when somebody doesn't like it. You know, at least I don't think they do. So I'm not a gatekeeper. Like what you like. You know, it's sad that I have to say that. But literally, people have literally put me in their videos calling me a gatekeeper. Because I've been put on TikTok because of my love for Halloween Ends. And it honestly baffles me. Because I've never once told anybody you're wrong for disliking the movie. Not once have I ever said that. If you told me you didn't like it, I even understand it. Because it's a polarizing movie. But I'll tell you right now, guys, don't ever be scared that somebody's going to call you a gatekeeper because you want to talk about something a lot. We all talk about the big three, probably more than most other horror characters. And there's some people that they're obsessed with Pet Sematary. There's some people that are obsessed with Evil Dead, you know? And that's what they do. They even might have a Facebook group dedicated to Pet Sematary, Evil Dead. Let me ask you guys right now, because I love getting my audience involved. What is a movie or a franchise that you can't get enough of, that you love discussing? When you go on your socials, if you see somebody mentioned, you got to jump in the comments because you enjoy talking about it. What is a movie that you like to do? Destiny, I know you love to talk about Pray at Night, and I love that. I love that because I love Pray at Night. I often find myself jumping in about Pray at Night. Scream 3, thank you, Chris. There's a lot of people that love Scream 3. It's not my favorite, but you know what? I absolutely adore that Chris loves that movie. You know, and I've seen other people that say they love Scream 3. It's awesome. Logan, Laid to Rest. You know what? You just made me want to watch Laid to Rest. I don't think I've ever seen it. So we're all horror fans. We love what we love. Talk about what you want to talk about. You're not a gatekeeper. Okay? You're not a gatekeeper. If you can even state the reasons why you like or dislike something, doesn't mean you're gatekeeping. And I think the term gets thrown around way too much. Should I clip this out and just call it gatekeeping? I think it needs to be said. I don't see too many videos about gatekeeping. You know, I see accusations, but yeah, I don't see too many people talking about gatekeeping. Holly Klein, what's up? Holly Klein, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Have I said everything I need to say about Halloween Ends versus... Oh, and I was talking about I can see, you know, long down the road after the trilogy, the dust has settled, I can see myself constantly wanting to get into the comments and talk about the X trilogy. Maxxxine is probably one of my favorite characters of the last decade. I absolutely adore that character. When she Chris, I know you haven't seen it. I'm just going to say something that happened at the very beginning of the movie that has nothing to do with the plot, okay? Nothing to do with the plot. It's when she's doing her audition. When she walks out of her audition, and she says, and I'm paraphrasing, but she basically says, you motherfuckers should just go home because I nailed that audition, you know? And she just said it in the way, and I was like, yes, that I love her. I love her sass, you know? But my favorite character is probably Michael Myers. Does that mean I love every Halloween movie? No. I hate Halloween Resurrection. I don't know if I hate it, but I don't like it. I don't like it a lot, okay? But, yeah. But Maxxxine, man, she does have some standout moments in the movie that I was rejoicing. And I think that's what it was. Maybe it's just I can never have enough of Maxxxine. I could watch her, like I said, for 4 hours. Like, guys, what is a character that you have no time limit with? Like, you could literally just watch them for, you know, you just can never get enough. And I'm kind of this way with, like, Tarantino. Like, when I was watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I could have sat in that theater for another freaking, 10 hours. I'd probably have to get up to go pee, maybe get some more snacks. But, man, I can't get enough of Tarantino's direction, his characters. You give me a great character, and that's it. The Deep. Yes, Liana. Oh, my gosh, yes. I have a funny about The Boys, by the way. Anytime The Deep comes on, like, here's me watching The Boys. Loving it, having a good time. As soon as The Deep walks in, I'm like this. I want to know what he's going to do next. You know, what is he going to say? Because the guy plays the ultimate idiot. The idiot that you love to perfection. To perfection. I could not get it. I wish they would do like a Deep spinoff show. I would watch it for days. And really, The Boys is that for me. Like, I could watch The Boys. Those guys just hang out in a room and shoot the shit with each other. And I could watch Homelander be a complete dick to anybody all day. They're just really infectious characters. Okay? So, you know what? Let's go over to funnies. I can't take it anymore. All right? Let's go over to funnies. Jesus. I surprised myself with that one. Damn it. I called that one Brittany Rollins. Okay? But where's that one I wanted to show you? Hold on. I want to show you that. Let me go back up here. Yeah, here we go. Hold on. So, yeah. I got to talk about this. Because it fits in with the division today. And I'm going to tell you right now, going into this, I'm neutral, right? Not a political person. I don't care either way. All right. So, but the you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but fuck it. I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care. It's my opinion. I can think what I want. Okay. Backtracking. All right. South Park. You guys all know the episode that I'm talking about, the Kathleen Kennedy episode. I was rolling. I think the truth is funnier than fiction. It always is. And the thing that's on everybody's tongue that gets people, that people are already talking about, when you have really well-written comedy and you go hard, and, elephant in the room, we got the red and the blue, okay? That's what we'll call it, the red and the blue. Again, neutral, not picking a side, and I'm going to prove that because I'm going to talk about both sides here, okay? Fuck it. That episode of South Park was so freaking hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. I'd say was, and guys, tell me if I'm wrong here, okay? But I'd say, just to be fair, I would say it was 80% making fun of the anti-woke, or not making fun of anti-woke, but making fun of the Disney and pushing their politics in to their content. And I'd say it was 80% making fun of that, okay? Maybe 90%. And I'd say maybe the other, 10%, 20%, they were making fun of the right just a little bit, saying that maybe they're taking it a little bit too seriously, okay? I think that's a fair statement. And I literally had people say this to me, that no, that episode was half and half. It made fun of one side just as hard as the other. Did we watch the same episode? Because 9,000 channels were making videos about that episode, and they were all on one side of the argument, okay? And I didn't see any channels on the other side of the argument. And just from an observational standpoint, all right, I have no fight in this game. I just like good content. So now, The Boys comes out, all right? And I'm not saying the show is perfect. I'm not even saying it's the best season, but I think it's still just as good, just as funny. And I will even say this. Season 1, 2, and 3, all three of those seasons had their snags along the way, as any TV show will, all right? But The Boys Season 4 is going really, really hard on the right. And I'm laughing my ass off because a lot of it's true. And when I say a lot of it's true, automatically some people are going to think I'm saying that I don't like no, but it's not that at all. A lot of what they said in the South Park episode was true, was absolutely true. Hilarious. So the lesson here, guys, here's what the lesson is, okay, just in case you don't know. No matter what side you're on of any argument, there's always extremes, right? Do I think that all of the left are that crazy about pushing agendas and sacrificing a good story? No, I don't think that. I think there are some that are way on one side of the spectrum of the left that maybe take it a little bit too far and they get a little bit too sensitive about things, okay? Do I think that the right, do I think that all of them are full-on anti-woke and they want to make fun of every Acolyte episode without even watching it? No, I don't. I don't at all. I honestly think that maybe 10, 20% of those on the right are that hardcore, or QAnon, that type. I think there is a middle ground for both sides. So I knew this was going to happen, though. When The Boys came out and they're going super hard, just as hard as South Park did on the left, The Boys is going on the right. But you know what? It's hilarious because it's well written, in my opinion, and comedy is very subjective anyway. But honestly, it's true. You could find people that act the way that those people in The Boys act that they're making fun of. I swear you could go on your internet right now and you could find somebody that acts just like those characters act. But does that mean that everybody on the right acts like that? No, it doesn't mean that at all. And I think that's the problem is I saw, and I'm not going to say the channel, big channel, made a video about The Boys, and a lot of the stuff that this person was saying was stuff that could easily be said about the South Park episode. And this channel, I believe, made an episode about the South Park episode. Oh my God, it's the greatest fucking show on the planet. This is the best comedy at its peak. It will never be topped. You know why he thought that? Because we all love to laugh at stuff that we don't like. If somebody's making fun of stuff that we don't like or we don't agree with or that's on the opposite side, we laugh a little harder. I do it too, probably. It's just the nature of the beast. But when somebody makes fun of something that you wholeheartedly are on the side of and agree with, maybe you won't laugh as hard. I don't know. So sometimes I think it feels good to be in the middle, right? To not be a political person, because I can laugh at all of it. And you know what? I've seen a ton of really shitty content on both sides. Both sides. And you know what I do? I turn the channel. That's what I do. That's not good to me. That's shitty writing. That's shitty characters. That's, I'll say it, pushing agendas. What are you doing with my show? I don't like that, right? So, Yeah. So I thought it was funny though. But yeah, if you don't like The Boys season 4, that's fine. That's fine. I'm still having a blast with it. It's a good time. I don't know if it's the best season, but it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. And the stuff they're doing with Homelander this season is top notch. Absolutely top notch. Okay? I'm not going to spoil anything, but that last episode when he's drinking the titty milk. Come on, man. That's funny. I love it. And guys, I laughed just as hard at the South Park episode. I thought it was freaking hilarious. It is true. Kathleen Kennedy definitely has fucked up Star Wars. I'm going to giggle at that. It's well written. Hell yeah. Kicks chair. Fuck it. Okay. All right, enough about that. There we go. All right, next funny. Christian Hanna, what's up, brother? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. This is just for Christian. If he's still here. Guys, what movie was that song in? Jack, did you hold, everybody stop what you're doing. Hold on. Holy fucking shit. Jack, did you say that? Did Jack say that Rat's only good album is Detonator? That explains a lot. Now I know. Damn. You're not a Rat fan if you think the only good album is Detonator. You're not a Rat fan, and that's fine, Jack. Okay? There's no way. Out of the Cellar is one of the greatest freaking albums of the 80s. It's one of my most listened to albums. Not a bad song on it. It is insanely good. That's no pun intended. But yeah, he's just kidding. Oh, I was gonna say. I like Invasion of Your Privacy. I pretty much like all the albums, and I like Detonator. I actually like some of the songs on Detonator. Shame, Shame, Shame. I ran to that song this morning. It was awesome. I love Detonator. But yeah, I would say Out of the Cellar is definitely my favorite. For sure. When they played I'm Insane in Maxxxine, I was like, whoa, holy shit. I thought I would never see I'm Insane in a movie. Any movie. Because it's a deep cut, right? It's not round and round. And man, that alone got me 3 out of 5 stars on the movie. Like, wow. I'm Insane? Ty West, you son of a bitch. Hell yeah. What a freaking song. I love I'm Insane. What'd I do? Oh. Oh, listen to this guitar solo. what a freaking song. Jesus. All right, yeah. Sorry, guys. I get sidetracked a lot. It's your guys' fault. You say something in there and it throws me off. All right? Constantly. But we're back. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this was a picture of some Halloween stairs. I think you guys have probably seen this. But that's a fan right there. That is a fan. Look at that. Is that the guy that owns the Myers house in North Carolina? It could be. Because that looks like the stairs. So, yeah, that's badass. Back for more. Hell yeah. Not a bad song off of Out of the Cellar. Not a bad one. All right, next one. I was talking about YouTubers earlier. YouTubers with low sub counts creating amazing high quality documentaries about anything, trying to get some views. I don't know who that guy is. Do any of you guys know who that guy is? But I'm guessing it's your reaction channel that makes a video that takes probably like maybe 30 minutes to make, and then they get freaking that's just the way the game is though. Once you get a certain level of subscribers, and to be fair, he's probably very charismatic, right? Like you could make the greatest video, documentary, whatever, but if your voice doesn't project it, if it doesn't cause people to want to listen to you, then it could, all that editing could be for nothing, right? So I think a presentation does go a long way, okay? But having said that, I think there are tons of channels out there that don't get enough exposure. And so I was thinking maybe down the line, I wouldn't mind maybe highlighting some of the smaller channels that I've noticed that should definitely be getting some more attention. And you know what? I think a lot of those channels, they do find their rhythm and they find their way to get their attention. It's a grind. It's always a grind. It's up and it's down, and it's just the way it is. But that algorithm, man, it can screw you up. You never know which way it's going to go, and it's always changing. It seems like it. So yeah. Next one. This one's called Wrong Lunch. There you go. He's eating a bag of spaghetti at a baseball game. Can you believe? Like, have you guys ever did anything like that? That's really like kind of out there. You're in a pinch, or maybe you're wanting to save a little money. You don't want to pay. Like, say maybe you go to the theater. We all go to the theater and we go to the dollar store and we buy some snacks, right? But I think this is taking it to a whole new level. Okay, Carly, how are you doing? I missed you in there. Nice to see you. A bag of spaghetti, because if you spill that, that's really gonna suck, and you really gotta love spaghetti, because when I go to like if I go to a baseball game, certain events, I want like certain food, right? You guys agree with me on that? Like I want like nachos or popcorn when I go to like the movies or a game or something like that. I don't want a bag of spaghetti. It's weird. I'm surprised people aren't. Well, I'm sure somebody is watching the guy. They took a picture of him, but that's great. A bag of spaghetti. Don't get me wrong. Spaghetti is one of the few foods that the leftovers taste better than the original. I always love leftover spaghetti. It's like the flavor gets cooked in more or something when you put it in the fridge and then you reheat it. Most foods, like I went to like Panda Express. Okay, I'll give you a good example. Panda Express. Don't ever eat leftover Panda Express. As soon as if you have half a bowl of orange chicken over rice and you can't eat anymore, just throw it in the garbage, okay? Because it's like all of that flavor gets sucked right out of it as soon as it goes in that fridge. I've tried to eat leftover Panda Express, and it's a no-go. It's a no-go. Which, by the way, I want to shit on Panda Express a little bit. And I usually I like their food, and this may be because of the location. It is because of the location that I went to, because I've went to Panda Express quite a few times. But I went to this one place, I think it was last weekend, and we get in there. It seems like they were low staffed. And we ordered, I ordered my orange chicken. My wife ordered, what did she get? She got something. And they said it's going to be like 8 minutes for that. And we were like, okay, all right. There's nobody in the place though. Usually if like food runs out, it's kind of packed, right? But you know what? It happens. Fine. Maybe somebody didn't show up to work. So then we sit down and we get our drinks, our sodas. Our sodas were not half flat. They were full on flat. Like it tasted like all the bubbles, all the carbonation had drained right out of the freaking drink. It happens. No big deal, right? So what do? I say, hey, your soda is completely flat. 2 different flavors, completely flat. All right. Can you change it out? I've asked this in the past. It got changed out. I'm the customer. Yeah, sure. We'll change it out. And by the way, there was no ice either. They literally had to go in the back and get us some ice. 20 minutes go by. 20 minutes go by. And I had to, and I'm not that customer, guys. I'm not a Karen. Okay. I don't like making a fuss. I just want to get in there, eat my food, get out. But I'm fucking thirsty. And so I said, hey, it's been 20 minutes. I know you're busy, even though you're not. Can you please fix the soda machine? I just want my soda. 10 more minutes go by. 10 more minutes. True story, guys. True story. And you guys, I have to have a drink when I'm eating something. And by the way, I haven't even told you that the food, it wasn't that good. It tasted a little old. It tasted a little old. Okay? So, but I can let that slide. If I have a nice sudsy beverage, then I'm fine with that. But I didn't have a beverage at all. It was just nasty. 10 more minutes go by, and then I'm like, okay, I'm a customer. From past experience, if I ask for a refund, it's usually yes. Let's give this customer a refund, and we'll go about our day. I said, hey, you know what? I'm done. I want a refund. I'm not gonna go on Yelp and shit on you. I don't do that. You know what? It was just a bad experience. It's not me, it's you. Give me a refund. That's all I want. I'm sorry, sir. We can't give you a refund. We would have to ask the manager. And I was like, I paid $40 for this meal. Okay. It was not like it was freaking $5. All right. $40. And I was like, okay, you can call your manager. They call the manager. The manager says, we don't allow refunds at our location. You have to take it up online with corporate. You have to take up a refund online with corporate? Are you kidding me? This is a first. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I asked for a refund, a valid reason, and didn't get the refund. I've had it happen quite a few times. So, we literally had to freaking contact corporate to get our refund. And so, it's funny, my wife's like, my husband's going to make a video. And I was like, you're damn right I am. And there you go. There's your video. It was, so you're not going to, it's the location on Alafaya Trail. Okay. I'll say that. Even though if you're in Florida, you'll know where that is. But I'm just saying, maybe this is a franchise-wide policy. Just be warned, if you go to Panda Express and you have an issue and you want a refund, it's probably not going to be that easy. Because I have a feeling this is like a franchise-wide deal. All right? I hope I'm wrong. But you know what? Fuck that location of Panda Express. All right? Fuck them. Fuck them really hard. All right? How dare you? How dare you give me cold food and flat soda? That is unacceptable. I don't care. That's unacceptable. Make it right. You know what? I'm a nice guy. You guys know I'm a nice guy. If they would have said, yes, sir. You know what? We're having a rough time right here. Let's just go ahead and give you this refund. You know what? That would make me happy. And I will see you next time. All right? This was a fluke. Okay? That's what I would say. But you're not going to give me my refund? Fuck you, Panda Express. All right? There you go. Okay, next funny. Wrong lunch. This is for Lord of the Rings fans. For Frodo. The fuck's a Frodo? Did everybody behind Aragorn know what they were fighting for? That's my question. Did they even know that there was a Frodo? The guy behind him's like, wait, what? Oh, we're gonna rush in now? Shit. I told Mom I would be home for dinner, but now we gotta go freaking get killed. Shit. Okay. This next one is a current one. This is called Walk. All he did was walk in that fucking movie. With 2 kills, 2 good kills, okay? I think there were more kills, but there were 2 good kills and a lot of walking, okay? And I'm all for artsy Friday the 13th, but this ain't it, okay? And I think I gave the movie I think I gave it like a humdrum or something like that. The kills were, you know what? That one kill was legendary. That one kill was very, very good. And that one kill got you the passing rating, okay? That kill's going to go down in the books, all right? It would probably be number 1 or number 2 best kill of the year, depending on Terrifier 3, all right? It's that great of a kill, and so I'll give them that. And also, to defend Lord of the Rings, because this argument does happen all the time where people say, all he did was walk in that movie to drop a ring in there. But I would say there are a lot of movies out there that are like what I call journey movies. A person's going from one location to another location. They are moving, right? They're moving forward, not backward, which is what they did in Lord of the Rings. And things happen along the way in that journey. I mean, hell, you could even say Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. The original Star Wars, that was a journey. He started from Uncle Owen, and was it Beru? Is it Beru? Yeah, he started there. He met with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan took him on a journey, and they ended up, blowing up the freaking Death Star at the end of the movie. Okay, that was a journey from start to finish. So I think that critique is kind of weak when you say all they did was walk and draw. Because if you've seen Lord of the Rings, there's a lot going on in those movies. All right, there's a lot on that journey. All right, people are dying, they're fighting Balrogs, there's wars. It's not like in A Violent Nature where Frodo's literally just walking. And, he stops off to get a flat Coke from Panda Express on the way and, eventually drops a ring. No, there's a lot going on in Lord of the Rings. So I never buy, when people, I'm like, I can't take you seriously. That's not a good reason. All right. But it is funny in Clerks too. All right. All right. Next one. This one's called Vampire Rich. Okay. Why are vampires always wealthy in movies? Like, how do they make a living? Laugh my ass off. If you've been alive since 1892 and still broke, just step into the sun. That's very, very true. I need to start a series called Having Said That because I'm about to say it again. Having said that, I know people that are, old, 60, maybe even 70. That still don't have a nickel in the bank. It happens. If you don't, you got to set yourself up early. So, you could have a lazy vampire, right? You still got to have a plan. Try to succeed. Like, what if the vampire works at McDonald's for 400 years? Or whatever McDonald's turns into, right? He's still got to do that rise. So. Yeah, I mean, you could say 400 years. You could say 60 years. Is there really that big of a difference outside of the number as far as making something of yourself? I don't mean to get all preachy on you and all, but you got to start climbing that ladder at some point, right? Even if you're a vampire. So there you go. Next one, still single. Here we go. Bro, level 10 friend zone. There is no escape. Here we go. Hold on. Oh shit. Let me fix this. Hold on. I can't read that, so I'm gonna make it bigger. There we go. From Top Golf to dinner, flowers, ice cream, and horseback riding, you outdid yourself on this. Friend, date, Daniel. She said, friend. You wanted to set a standard for how I should be treated, and you sure set a high one. I thank God so much that he put an amazing friend, she said it twice now, like you in my life. Thank you for making me feel like a true princess. Still single, though. That's cold. Poor guy. Jesus. That's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah, you don't want to. I think there's nothing wrong with being in the friend zone, just as long as you know you're in the friend zone. But sometimes there's, you're not going to get past a certain level, and you're not. So it's time to either have a conversation or vacate. So, yeah. This next one is she didn't know. She didn't know. We'll go to the news after this, okay? Because it is running late. All right. Belle did not know that Beast could turn into a human. She was fully prepared to bang him as is. I never thought about that, but it is true. It is true. It's been a while since I've seen Beauty and the Beast, but I don't think she knew that he could turn into a human, right? Or maybe this is wrong. Maybe she did. I don't know. Rosalia, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah. Okay, let's go over to the news. Let's go over the news real quick. Zodiac Z. Seen some more people pop in. Sebastian, how are you doing? Yes. Chris says, funny thing is, she would rather bang him as a beast. Did you see her face when he turned human? She wasn't thrilled. Very true. Very true. Everybody's got their thing. Okay. Let me pull this up. Yeah, get ready to get pissed off. Some of you, 50% of you. Okay. Opening it up now. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now you can't see all of that, but basically it's the Hollywood Reporter, the best slasher movies of the decade, and you can see a little hint right there. Now, are we going to be able to read all that in my window here? Let me see. Yeah, we can. Okay. So, you know what? For fun, let's go through. Let's see what the Hollywood Reporter thinks the best slasher films of the decade are. Because I'm a Halloween Ends fan, and I could jump out there and say, "Oh shit, the Hollywood Reporter said it. It's got to be true. Everybody's wrong." It's just another guy with an opinion at the end of the day, guys. That's all it is. It's a guy who got a job, and he has an. I'm a guy who has an opinion that happens to be Rotten Tomatoes certified. But that I am no different than anybody else. I'm still an idiot with an opinion. That's it. Okay, so I'm not gonna read this. We're just gonna go. Sissy was good. Sissy was good. That I saw Sissy, I think when it came out, it was on Shudder, and a good little psychotic horror movie, some tripped out shit in it. Really fun though. So yeah, I think I kind of agree with that. And you guys can chime in as we go along, okay? But yeah, I think that's a good start. Sissy at number 12. Let me know if you disagree too, okay? All right. Next one. Here we go. Eddie Murphy says Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, and Prince all serve as cautionary tales for him. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm reading. Did you guys see Axel Foley? I loved it. I thought it was really fun. Okay. Next one, Fear Street Trilogy. I definitely agree with this. I loved that trilogy. All three movies were kind of like X and Pearl and Maxxine. Yeah, that was definitely a fun trilogy. I like a slasher movie that's not typical, that actually has a good story behind it. And I think Fear Street did. I haven't read the original. I've heard the original books were very different than the actual the movies. So, but maybe that's good that I didn't read the books because I really enjoyed the movies. So, did you guys like Fear Street? Yep, those were a good time, Chris, for sure. I think Fear Street could have been 2 hours shorter. Well, I mean, it's 3 movies, and all 3 movies I think were like an hour and a half, and they were. I don't think so because they were all 3 completely different time periods too. So, no, I think I loved them for what they were. Okay, so far, Hollywood Reporter, I like them. I like what they got. All right, let's go to the next one. Yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer right there, guys, don't you think? Terrifier 2? Jesus, yeah, that's... I mean, I think Terrifier 2 should have been a little higher, but, I mean, still, it's on the list. That counts, right? Let me ask you guys this. Would you have put Terrifier 2 at number 1 or top 3? I think I would. I think I would have put it top 3. I don't know if I'd put it number 1, but I would definitely put it top 3. Okay. I don't know if it needed to be 2.5 hours, but it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. So there was a lot going on in the movie, so I think it was justified. Okay, next one. Freaky. Definitely agree with this. Freaky is really fun. And Christopher Landon, I think, proved himself because he did get some flack for not putting too much blood and guts in the Happy Death Day movies. So he's like, okay, I'll give you some blood and guts. Here's Freaky. And man, it was tons of blood and guts. And Catherine Newton was awesome. Vince Vaughn was awesome. Some funny moments in there. I love a good comedy slasher. Kind of like Final Girls. What was the one that just came out where it's like Back to the Future, guys? Help me out. It's on the tip of my tongue. It was really fun, though. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It just came out last year, I think. Let's see. It's going to pop up. I just know it. I can feel it. Totally Killer. There you go, Shelby. I knew it would pop up. Totally Killer was so fun. So fun. And by the way, guys, speaking of Back to the Future, I just watched Back to the Future 1 and 2. I guess over the 4th. Did you guys watch Jaws? Did you do your annual Jaws watch? I watched Jaws on the 4th. On the 5th, I watched Back to the Future. And yesterday, I watched Back to the Future Part 2. Even though those aren't 4th movies, they're great summer movies. Can't get enough of them. So I should have watched Totally Killer. That'd be a good one to watch like every July. I didn't do. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I should have. I love watching those too. But yeah, my granddaughter Delilah had a birthday party yesterday, so I was at the in-laws' house for a few hours, and she had a blast though. She turned 3 years old, guys. 3 years old, and it's insane how fast she is growing, and she's the sweetest thing ever. All right, let's go more. Let's see. So far, so good. I like it. Hellfest. Now, I think for the idea, because I prefer Bloodfest, but I think Hellfest is the better produced movie. And I do need to give Hellfest. I've watched it twice, and I just felt like it didn't go as hard as I wanted it to. I guess sort of like Maxxxine, but maybe I need to give it because I still hear people talk about Hellfest all the time, and I love the ending. I thought the ending was really smart, really cool. How the killer's he's just a normal guy with a family and kids. That was pretty unique. Yeah, but I mean, I can see why they put it on the list. I don't know if I agree with it, but yeah. But yeah, I agree, Chris. Bloodfest, man, that movie delivered everything in the kitchen sink. It was bloody as hell. It was set in like a horror amusement park, and it was just so fun. Great characters. So yeah, I mean, I prefer Bloodfest for sure. Haunt, yeah, thank you, Aaron Click, for mentioning Haunt too. Haunt is also much better than Hellfest in my opinion. So, if anything, I think Haunt or Bloodfest should have taken the place of Hellfest. All right, so that's my one kind of a neg. Bodies. I need to give this one another watch too because I did not like it the first time I watched it. I didn't really care for the twist at the end of the movie, even though it was funny. But I do need to give this one a second watch. I think every movie deserves a second watch because sometimes our mood can affect. I did drive a freaking hour to go see the movie, and when you drive an hour and watch the movie and then drive back an hour and you're tired, that could have affected it. So I don't really have an opinion. I didn't care for the movie, but it is unique. I got to give it that. So I can see why they put it on here. Dave Vanderhoff, man, you missed some Rat talk and music. We played music. We talked Rat. It was glorious. How are you doing, brother? I hope you're well. Hope you are well. Okay, next one. Oh, hell yeah. Where's Destiny? Strangers Pray at Night. Yeah, that, to me, I swear, there were so many critics that ripped this movie apart, which kind of proves my point at the beginning of this portion where I said there's still just an idiot with an opinion, right, at the end of the day. And I loved Pray at Night. I thought it was just so fun and energetic. I like both Strangers movies, and when I saw the third one, I expected to like it, and I was just shocked by how bland it was. But yeah, Pray at Night, man, what a final act! What great characters, really fun kills. I like that it takes place in a trailer park too. You don't see too many slashers that take place in a trailer park. That's cool. The Ranger, I have not seen this one. I'll put this one on my list. Have any of you seen The Ranger? Let me read about this one, okay? Maybe they can get me curious. Jen Wexler reclaims the natural order of things in her punk post-slasher The Ranger, which portrays its titular axe-wielding villain, the Ranger, Jeremy Holm, as a clean-cut, authoritative presence rather than a masked outsider. Still, he's no less monstrous or overwhelming. When Chelsea, Chloe Levine, and her bandmates, it's got music in it too, find themselves on the run from the local cops, they retreat. I need to watch this soon. I'm already in. Oh, there you go, guys. In a Violent Nature. Don't know if I agree with it. I think they're going for the art house value of it, but I definitely wouldn't put it on my list for top 12 of the decade. Now, if they did top kills of the decade, yeah, that kill would be on there. But over an overall movie, I don't think they I didn't even think that the final act, it was just kind of there. It didn't really do much. It wasn't like an explosive final act or anything. So I would welcome a sequel to this movie just because the killer is interesting. But I think he's a little bit too much like Jason though. If you saw his face in the movie, very similar to Jason. And I'd put at least half of the Friday the 13th movies above this movie. At least half. All right. Scream 6. Okay, here's where we part ways. Scream 6 was the most frustrating movie for me for last year. I've explained myself many, many times. I don't think I need to. I think we all know where I'm going with this. I can take suspension of disbelief up to a point. But this movie really, really takes the cake. It was ridiculous. And that was just one of my problems with the movie. All right. It was kind of annoying. It really was. There was some really great stuff. And the setting is so good in New York. It's shot gorgeously. The opening is one of my favorite Scream openings. I absolutely, when that guy, when Ghostface at the beginning of the movie took his mask off and revealed himself, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Here we go. Finally, they're changing things up. But then it just goes back to form after that, and another cliche final act. If they add a third killer, does it really make it that much? No. And it ended up being one of the worst final acts. So I'm going to disagree on that one. What do you guys think? Do you think Scream 6 was one of the best of the decade? Yeah, I agree with Jack. Chad surviving that double stab. Double? He got stabbed like 18 times. That was freaking insane. Oh, you mean double killer? Yeah. It was insane. I was like, what are they doing? Why do all that and then have him roll out on a gurney at the end of the movie? If you want him to live, I guess let us know that he lives right after the killing. I don't know, but just to bring him out at the very end of the movie, right before the credit starts rolling, let's roll him out. Let somebody on the side just push the gurney, and he rolls out. Hey, what's up, guys? No, fuck that. Yeah, hell no. He's not the new Dewey. Okay, because Dewey was like stabbed once. Maybe, in the first movie, maybe once in the second movie. I can give that a pass. But when you're freaking both arms out, 2 killers wailing all over your chest. Boom, 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 boom. And then you're going to freaking kick the gurney out right before the credits? Nope. Too much. I got a line, people. I got a line, all right? I can only go so far. Okay. So I disagree with that one. There we go. Halloween Ends, number 2. All right. You guys know how I think about this. All right. Would I put it at number 2? Probably not. But I do love the movie. And you know what? I'll read what he says about it. Okay. Sure, David Gordon Green's final installment in his Halloween trilogy had its share of detractors. I can accept that. Yet I find it his most meaningful consideration of Myers and Haddonfield. Green lands on the core of the Halloween franchise. Evil doesn't die, it just changes shape. I agree with everything he's saying so far. Despite the expectation that the film would mainly focus on a showdown between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers, which I didn't really care for that anyway, Halloween Ends largely focuses on a new introduced Haddonfield resident, Corey Cunningham, a town pariah falsely accused of murdering a kid he was babysitting amid the fervor created by Myers' rampage. And I loved that. I don't mind copycat killer movies. And I thought this was a really good copycat killer movie, and how the town pretty much threw Corey to the wolves. And I've said this before. If you guys get a chance, read the novelization. The novelization, from what I've heard of 2018 and Kills, there are a few differences here and there. But, man, the novelization for Halloween Ends is a whole different animal. A lot of differences, a lot of scenes that never made it to the movie. And the biggest thing that you will take away from the novelization is Corey, and understanding where he is psychologically in the movie. They cover so much ground with the character, and after reading it, you're heartbroken for him. Whereas the movie, and you can only put so much in a 2-hour movie. So I think they did a decent job of covering the meat and potatoes. But man, if you really want all the other stuff, and I think it is essential, then read the novelization, because it made me love the movie even more. Through Cunningham and his relationship with Laurie's granddaughter, Allison, Haddonfield is exposed as not simply a town corrupted by Myers' existence. That's another thing too. I didn't need Myers to be front and center in this movie, which he does get some killing in. But it focuses on him corrupting Haddonfield, and I thought that was pretty cool. And that's stuff that has been kind of covered slightly in previous entries. So I think they went full bore on it this time. But one that may very well be the cause of it. It's a sick place full of cruel people and cruel ideas, and one in need of a boogeyman. Evil isn't something simply passed from one individual to another, but spread and absorbed, and can be contracted by a chance encounter in the sewers or staring out a window and seeing the town reflected back. Haddonfield isn't so different from any town or city in America, and that's what makes it so frightening. There's a Michael Myers being shaped everywhere. He wrote that beautifully. That's exactly how I feel about the movie. And number 1 is X, and I 100% agree with this. I think X is the best slasher of the last decade, hands down. And I think X hurt Maxxxine for me. That movie was so good and put me on such a high that I should have known better. There was no way Maxxxine could live up to X. X was raw and gritty and just had that 70s like Texas Chainsaw Massacre atmosphere. And it was fun. And it dared cover like the porn industry, like Boogie Nights. So we got like Boogie Nights mixed with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it's just like, it's a slasher, but it's also very much like psychotic horror. It gets batshit crazy in the end, Man, X is so good. So good. So, yeah, I 100% agree with their number one. What a great freaking movie. The Ruins. Yes, I like The Ruins. Ruins is good. Cult classic. Maybe. So much nudity in this. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, and nudity was a part of the recipe for those 80s slashers. People have different opinions on nudity. Some people don't really care to watch it. I think it just adds to the anything can happen type vibe. It's like if I'm watching a slasher movie and nudity happens like within the first 15, 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, okay, so they're not holding back. Anything can happen in this movie, But let's say if I'm watching a slasher movie and there's like a love scene where that nudity would eventually happen, and they have, the characters keep their clothes on. If it just feels unbelievable. I mean, there's situations where you're going to get busy with your clothes on. It can happen, okay? But what I'm saying is, more times than not, if you're in a bed, clothes are coming off, okay? And I want realism. And I think that's what nudity in slashers gives me. Or any movie, really. It gives me realism, And it's not just nudity, too. Just what's the best way to say this? Even like making out scenes. These days, it's just people mashing faces together, right? Whereas back in the 80s, like I was watching this movie today, Sweet 16, okay? 1983 slasher. I'm going to review it, all right? I was watching it for one of the patrons. Have any of you guys seen Sweet 16? That movie's a perfect example. Within 15 minutes of the movie, I don't think there's nudity yet, but there is plenty of nudity in the movie. But there's like a makeout scene in the back of a truck, and it's definitely like, it's a makeout scene. Like you buy that this couple are into each other, right? Whereas these days, it feels kind of artificial. I think you guys know where I'm going with this, all right? And I miss that, honestly. I miss the 80s when people were like, the guy and the girl, or the guy and the guy, or whoever, they were like, okay, this is going to live forever. Let's make this audience really feel the passion, right? And I think your audience is smarter than you think they are. And if they don't buy that chemistry there, then it kind of hurts the movie. So I think that's my reason for accepting and often enjoying nudity in slasher movies. Okay. Now I think there are situations where maybe, I don't need to see that much, like My Bloody Valentine 3D. Yes, I do think part of the scene, but then she walks out of the hotel buck naked. I don't think I needed that. I didn't hate it, but you know what I mean? Like, I think if she would have like threw a top on or something like that and walked out, it would have got the job done, right? So I think you can go too far. But even Showgirls, I mean, Jesus, freaking every scene in that movie, it seems like there's nudity at a certain point. So, yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with I'm not even going to read it, but yeah, I definitely agree with that. X would be my number one of the decade for sure. So, yeah. Holly loves Showgirls. A lot of people love Showgirls. I'll tell you this, Holly. I love Paul Verhoeven, and I've been in a Paul Verhoeven mood lately, and I can respect the Paul Verhoeven aspect of that. It definitely feels like a Paul Verhoeven movie. I watched Starship Troopers recently on Netflix, and I've been in a Paul Verhoeven mood lately. I did remember I reviewed Hollow Man. I think it was a few months ago. Then I reviewed Total Recall. But he did Basic Instinct. I've watched quite a few of his movies lately. And you just can't go wrong with Paul Verhoeven. He's freaking amazing. I was thinking this the other day while I was walking in TJ Maxx. Is Paul Verhoeven one of my favorite directors? Yes, he is. It's not a thought that constantly comes in my head like, say, John Carpenter, or somebody like that. But it sometimes, every now and then, it does pop in my head, like Paul Verhoeven. Yeah, I will. He's one of those directors that I will usually watch sight unseen because, like Tarantino, he has a voice, he has a vision, he doesn't hold back. Still to this day, that's what I loved about the guy. So, yeah, and most of his movies I love. Most of his movies, at RoboCop, yeah, you can't go wrong with Paul Verhoeven for sure. So, yeah, guys, I guess that's gonna end it because we already talked about Maxxxine. The other news I was gonna talk about was that Maxxxine was the highest grossing of the trilogy. I think it came in number 3 or 4 for the weekend because Despicable Me 4 had a massive opening. People got kids. And, yeah, so I'm not surprised there. But it is cool that we did get, Maxxxine. I think it performed very well. I don't know. What was the budget on that movie, guys? Was it around it looks like maybe like a $10 million movie. But I think word of mouth wise, it's going to at least make its money back and probably turn a profit. Ty West has already talked about the possibility of making a part 4. And I actually stated this quite a few, maybe last year or something like that. I would love to see like a Maxxxine in the 90s, because we've already covered the 70s, we covered the 80s. And this one took place in 85. So maybe Maxxxine in like 1992 or something like that. I think that would be really cool, maybe touch on that because 90s definitely feel different than the 80s. So it could be fun. So it made, Kevin, thank you. It made $6.7 million, and it's a $2 million budget. T. Parker Evans, damn, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, yeah, I think there's a good shot that we might see a sequel. I hope so. I mean, I would love a sequel. I think there's much more of the character that we could see. Okay. Blu-ray Addict says, "Hey Lee, did you hear about the Halloween TV series rumors?" I saw a few videos posted about Myers in jail or something like that. You know what? Give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can find something here. I haven't really looked into it because oftentimes these are just rumors and they don't end up panning out. I've seen so many videos about rumors, and I've covered rumors before, but sometimes I'll be like, do I want to really spend the time making a video about this if it's not going to happen anyway? Because it's probably not going to happen. But, let me look. Hold on. Halloween TV series Myers jail. Let me see what comes up. All right. Darnell Weeks. I see like Reddit posts, a creative reset. Yeah, I mean, just a quick scan here. I'm not seeing any kind of like official source, and we've seen like so many rumors about the franchise. Really, any franchise, you're going to get rumors. I've seen rumors about Nightmare. We're going to get a new, but it's all just rumors. And I think more times than not, it doesn't happen. More times than not, those rumors don't pan out. Usually, when we get the official word, it's vastly different than what we have been told. So I don't even like wasting your time with because I don't see how they're gonna do like Myers in prison. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know, but yeah, I just don't think it's gonna happen, and because of that, it doesn't really interest me that much. So yeah. Thank you, Chris. Most of the rumors don't have any weight to them. And here's another thing too. I pay attention to like X and Bloody Disgusting. And, a lot of rumors pop up on X. There are channels that they will cover rumors that are, if we're talking like Inception levels, for the 4th level down in Inception of the rumor mill, that I guess I could use like the John Campea, Joe's gas station .fart, I'll steal a term from him. Some guy that runs a gas station, he heard something or he made something up. And for some reason, people are so starved for A, content, and B, news updates on Halloween and Friday and Nightmare that they will run with any story that they hear. They have to get it out there. I want to be the first. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a fuck about being the first. I really don't. I just want to be right. You know? I just want to be right. I don't care. I don't need to be the first. I think my opinion it's just my opinion. It's nobody else's opinion. You know, your opinion is your opinion. So some people might want to hear my opinion about something. I have a following on YouTube that might care about my opinion. And when I get it, if I'm the fifth person in line that gets it out there, there's somebody out there that's like, I'd like to see what Lee thinks about this. You know, do I need Lee to be first? No, I don't. You know? So that's the way, and that's not like knocking anybody else. That we all got to eat, right? We do what we got to do to eat, right? But my time is so valuable because of how busy I am in my full-time job and my family, and I literally have to partition every segment of time I got. And today I was thinking, oh shit, we just got like some news about Maxxxine at the box office. And then this Hollywood Reporter article about Halloween. Ooh, do I want to make an Xtra video about this? You know what? Shit, I'll just go live. And that's what I did. And I haven't done a DDLive in a while, and I missed you guys like crazy. So, yeah. But I guess that's going to wrap it up, guys. This was so easy and so fun and so effortless. I love chatting with you guys. You guys make this so fun. You're the sweetest people in the world. And I could not ask for better friends. I tell you, I love chatting with you guys about horror. And I promise it won't be 2 months before the next stream. I'm probably going to stream again, like maybe within the next 2 weeks. Maybe next weekend. We'll see what happens, okay? But I love talking to you guys, all right? So anyway, I hope you guys all had a great 4th with your families. And take care of each other. And be good. And thank you all for watching. Love you guys to death.